my father was my grandfather on my mother's side. I knew nobody on my father's side. My grandfather on my mother's side was a miller. Okay, he grind wheat, seeds, and all that stuff. But my grandmother supposedly was pretty rich family. She was like a not a princess, but a couple steps below that. I don't know what the hell they would call her.
Duchess.
No, lower than that. But it was kind of a little kind of royalty, you know. But she came from a very wealthy family. She swam. She told me one time, because I couldn't relate to her, you know, in Polish, because she couldn't speak any English. But she told me she was a world-class swimmer. She swam every day. And she wanted to go into the Olympics. She thought she was that good. You know? But how my grandfather married I mean, he was a poor guy. How the hell he got married to her is beyond me. And the life they had, the poor life that she had afterwards, I just can't understand it. Yeah. But anyway, what was I going to say? Grandmother, grandfather. Yeah, see, when you get this old, lose track. Can't remember what the hell I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. When they escaped. When the hell did they escape if it was 1907? There was no war. But they were escaping the Germans. No. My mother was born in 1907. It was 1914.
That's, yeah.
Yeah,
Then,
okay. The Germans are starting to take over. Yeah. When the hell did the war start?
I think
1917 it started?
17, I believe, yeah.
I'd have to look at the papers if it's 1914 or 15. Nah, she was 7 years old when she came here. So it had to be 14 or 15. But anyway, they got all the papers to get out of Poland, okay? And my grandmother was pregnant. And she delivered my Aunt Steph before they were ready to leave. And they couldn't get papers for Aunt Steph. So they decided to smuggle out. And they walked from Poland to Italy. And they told me they slept in the forest. When they were near water, they would find shelter in boats. And they would tell me that my grandmother had to muffle my Aunt Stephanie so she wouldn't cry, so it wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't find her. But I always thought that they smuggled out of Poland until my fourth cousin did the family tree, and he had like two of these tables together, and on both sides he laid out what do you call it? What do you call the history?
Like a family tree kind of thing?
Family tree. Yeah. He laid it out going back to 1855. Yeah. And he says, don't be surprised prior to 1855 if we don't have any Jewish blood. Because this one Polish king let the Jews into the country, you know, somewhere around I'm not good on history, you know, back there. I should.
You're doing pretty good.
Get into that. But anyway, they smuggled through Italy, which I always thought it was Poland until we saw this family tree and how they escaped and everything. But we had no horse thieves. Nobody got hung, you know, which is good. Found out that there was a third cousin which we never knew about, you know. Some of the family escaped into Canada instead of the United States, which I didn't know until I was like 40 years old or 50. But anyway, but my father, I can't believe it. When World War I broke out, he went and fought for Poland. instead of, joining the United States. But, he
Wait, so he
came here in 1914.
and then he went back. He went back to go fight.
To fight for Poland.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember they used to hide he had the Polish uniform. I was a snoopy kid. I must have been a snoopy kid because I went into my parents' bedroom and they had this. What do you call it when you had to store clothes away?
An armoire.
Pardon me?
Like an armoire?
No. It was like a plastic thing where you stored your clothes away. But on the bottom, I found his cap, the Polish cap with the.
I have my grandfather's Polish hat somewhere. It's in my closet.
Did it have two?
It's like a green hat.
Yeah. Did it have white stripe?
I'd have to go dig it out. Like there's a button in the front.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Next time I'll get it out for next time you're over. Because I don't know the meaning of the pin. Like I know he was in the cavalry, but this was during World War II though. Yeah. And he was in the Polish cavalry.
Cavalry.
Yeah.
The cavalry.
God, yeah, they did. Yes.
Huh. 41, I guess. I know in the First World War they had a lot of cavalry.
Yep. They still had cavalry divisions in World War II.
Huh. And he fought in Poland?
Yes.
That's obviously it's your mother's side.
Yeah.
Now your father's side?
Middle Eastern, Assyrian.
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 Okay.
Assyrian.
100% Assyrian?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was something else.
No.
I thought he was like Armenian or something else. No. Just Assyrian.
Yes.
Now, do they still have a country?
Jordan.
Jordan is Jordan.
Right. I mean, there's no Assyria though. I mean, that's,
okay.
Yeah.
But at one time there was, wasn't there?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. Prior to World War One?
Don't quote me.
Yeah.
It's the Middle East is weird.
Now, I don't know if you heard this fella MJ. I can't hear John Eichler when he talks sometimes. He mentioned MJ was either real sick or.
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, he passed away, MJ?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I believe. Yeah,
Oh.
I'll take a look, but I could have sworn that's what it said in the text that I got. I got a text message.
He's from Jordan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was interesting.
I never met him or anything.
No. He stopped coming to Lodge. What had happened is he went through a lot of bad times. He was a terrible driver. I mean, I let him drive my car one time, and I was scared shitless the way he drove. I mean, he drove worse than a cab driver. And he got a lot of accidents. And he was supposed to get, I guess he got seriously hurt in one or two of those accidents. And he just had problems. A nice wife, 2 children. And he was a barber. He had a good barber shop on Central, very close to, I don't know if you've ever been to Central Gyros, I think it is.
It's gone now, closed down.
That's what you said, but I drove by there.
There's no way.
It's open.
Maybe they reopened it. I think they had a fire. They had a fire and they closed down.
No.
Maybe they reopened.
For some reason, I was in that area recently.
We used to go there all the time when I was a kid.
One of my best friends, he passed away just 3 years ago. We used to go there once every 2 months.
Yeah, I think I was telling you probably ran into my mother at some point because they used to go there all the time and go dancing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they were really big into like Greek culture when I was in college.
How long has your mother and dad been divorced?
They got divorced when I was 30, so they've been divorced for 6 years.
Okay.
Something like that. 6, 7 years.
She took it pretty bad, didn't she?
They were angry at each other.
Were they?
Yeah, they definitely had. They had some hatred within them.
Briefly talked to her. I thought that.
Her favorite color is blue.
Yeah, I know. Because I asked her. Yeah. So, what's Jasmine's favorite color?
She said she doesn't really have one.
No. What's her favorite flower?
Same thing. Don't know. She doesn't have an answer. I'm telling you, things are different these days.
Can't be that much different. Yeah.
Orchids. Orchids are her favorite flower.
Oh.
That's what. Yep. Orchids.
Okay.
She likes. What is it? Oh, the stone. Radiant incandescent.
You get to the point where you're sending her flowers, make sure, you probably know this because, you know, you're over 25. If you ever buy flowers in the wintertime and it's below 32 degrees.
Yeah, because they'll freeze and die.
Yeah. Don't ever have them wrapped in plastic. They have to be wrapped
in paper. I learned flowers from my mom at a very early age, yeah. Fortunately.
Yeah. The best is brown paper, but if you go to the florist, they have this other paper, this white paper.
Yeah, that white garbage. Yep.
But, yeah, never plastic, because you get them home and you present them and they look beautiful, and the next day they're
done. Yep.
Yeah. Think about it, you know. I know her favorite, Sandy's favorite color, flower. I'm not. I know her favorite tree, a bird. Favorite flower. Kind of thinking lily is her favorite flower. I find out things about her, you know, we've been together 51 years, and last week I found out that she went to a Catholic grammar school for 2 years. Never knew that. I mean, I've heard almost every
You have to learn
story.
something new every day.
Well, when you're together with somebody for that many years and have breakfast for that many years and lunch, dinners, you know, you figure you pretty much heard every story, you know. She talks about her father a lot because, I don't know if I told you, she's an only child.
Yes, yeah, you've told me.
Her mother died during childbirth, you know, and her father was Catholic. And when his wife died, when she gave birth to Sandy, the priest was hounding her father about getting her baptized, to the point where he told the priest, he says, "Look, I haven't even buried my wife yet. Leave me alone," you know. Mm-hmm. But he kept on hounding him, and he says, finally told the priest to get out or whatever, you know, and never went back to church, you know. And the neighbor was saying, you know, Bill, you should, you know, she should have some religious training. Do you mind if I take her to church? He said, no, and she was Lutheran. So Sandy became Lutheran.
Yeah, you were telling me that she's Lutheran last week, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, why don't we get into this?
Definitely.